Alright guys, welcome back. A little bit foggy here. It is humid, was rainy, Tuesday morning. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July. We are talking about the bad apple in today's video. It is not forgotten. We just haven't been working on it a lot. So let's get in the shop here, get everything turned on. Got old Mason and Winston running around here. I'm gonna clean up the lens and let's go over what we're doing with the bad apple. Alright guys, so if you guys aren't familiar with the bad apple, it had a tragic death here on the channel. It went on a date with a wall at a very high rate of speed. This, you know what, I could probably just show you guys the bad apple. This is the new bad apple. This is the replacement right here. We got a bunch of Race Tech seats. As you can see, I got a bunch of boxes open up. We've been selling them like crazy. If you guys are wondering what we have here, I got a bunch of 4 100 and 4 119 seats. I got some in tall and wide. I got a couple just tall, and I got a bunch standard. I will not be shipping these just because I don't even think I have enough to satisfy my local market here. I pretty much bought these just to help the local racers be safer. You guys hear me talk a lot about safety, how it's a big concern, how drag racing is very reactive instead of proactive. So we had a pretty bad wreck. We were in the process of upfitting our safety equipment, putting safer seats and everything in there. We didn't get around to it. Unfortunately, Matt paid the price. He got pretty banged up, but being reactive community, the drag racing community, we're like, hey, it's the perfect time to really help our local racers out. We've had a bunch of racers switch over to the Race Tech seats, which I'm not paid by Race Tech to say it. I'm talking about it because it's what I believe in. I believe they're the safest. I could tell you they're the most comfortable seats that you could sit in. And there's also something I want to talk about here a little bit later in this video. We'll talk about the seats, but this is the bad apple. As you guys can see, it's a Fox body, but it's flat on this side, and it has proper body lines on that side. I think this is the door that was on the other side, perfectly flat. So Matt hit the wall pretty hard, and it was quick. We looked at the data log. 1.6 seconds from the trans brake release to the time he hit the wall and the car shut off. It ripped the battery out of it. It actually hit so hard. So 1.6 seconds is all he had. It knocked him out. It was a hard hit. These cars really don't have like the most support for like a side impact like that. Matt bent the seat bracket, got pretty banged up. The car itself was a very nice car. We've been extremely fast with it, but this new one we got's more badass. All right, real quick, I made a comment in the last video talking about these seats here with a 3-inch belt, how they come and hit your neck. I was actually talking to Anthony over at Race Tech, and I was telling him, so man, I run the 2-inch belts and everything because look at the 3-inch belts. Literally, that's how much room you have for your neck in the seats. And he said, you know what? You know, our seats, we don't really have that issue because we spaced out where the seat belts go through the seat. So I thought it was really just the belts being an issue. Really, it was the seat because I've only had Kirky seats. You're able to have the belts spaced way out further so your neck will not get guillotined by the 3-inch belts. So there you go. I don't want to misinform anyone, but I always thought that it was a 3-inch belts that were an issue, but really it was just the design of the seat, how the seat kind of didn't allow any room for the belts to get spaced out to go around your neck. So there you go, another perk of having a Race Tech seat. But anyways, so let's talk about the new bad apple. So here we are. This is our new bad apple chassis. We're gonna wrap it. The paint's close, but it's not quite identical. It just so happened to be that the paint was a dark red, just like the other one. We have this thing stripped all the way down. So when we got this car, we bought it rolling. It was originally a nitrous car. It had a very large cubic inch small block Chevrolet. It had a very, very large all billet Liberty transmission. That's why everything's cut out there. And it had a carbon fiber seat, which we were going to replace with a Race Tech seat. Not really a big fan of the carbon fiber seats. One, they're very uncomfortable, and two, they're like, everyone's like, oh, they're so light. Like, I mean, literally eat a salad for a week and you make up the difference. This thing here is extremely nice, though. It is factory style suspension front and rear. So it's a triangulated 4-link. It already has the 9-inch in it. Strange brakes. Has mensers all around. It has a wishbone on it, which is, I guess, a benefit to have. You don't have to run a wishbone on a factory-style triangulated 4-link. The bars will keep it square. You don't have to run a pan-hard bar or anything like that. But this one's got a wishbone on it, which is nice. The chassis itself is extremely nice. It's much, much lighter. A lot more stuff cut out of it than the previous Bad Apple. The previous Bad Apple we bought as a street car, kind of evolved into a badass race car. There's the motor for it right there. It is a 430 cubic inch small block Ford 9.5 deck. TCAM Performance does all our machine work. We bought the motor. I don't know who originally built the motor, but TCAM has since then freshened it up, and it is an absolute beast. We got a new 88mm turbo for this thing to run the all steel, all glass class, and we do have to swap out the rear optic armor for glass. And it is up for discussion right now if they're going to allow you to run a Lexan front window instead of a glass front window. But look, it's got the VIN tag on it. It's a real car. I'd prefer to run a car with a Lexan front window. When Matt got in his wreck, there was glass everywhere. And the window actually kind of like the whole thing fell out of it. If it didn't and the windows didn't break, he'd have been kind of like stuck in there, I guess. Well, the other door worked, but it could get ugly pretty quick with the all steel, all glass stuff. This red car right here, the Red Lobster, this one is a all steel, all glass car, and it's got glass everywhere. This one here, if we can get away with not having to put factory glass back in here, we will. So we stripped this thing down pretty much all the way, as much as you can strip out of it. Left all the carbon in there. The carbon work is very nice. Everything looks beautiful. Big carbon tubs on there. We got some glass quarter windows, some glass doors. Now we're going to have options. We're going to mount steel doors the same way that glass doors are mounted, so we can go back and forth. If we want to put glass doors on it or steel doors on it, we'll be able to swap back and forth. Same with the front end. So we're going to leave the Christmas tree and all the mounting points on there for the front end. If you do want to stick a one-piece front end on there, you can. Or if you want to put 2 fenders and a bumper on there to run all steel, all glass, you can. So the whole purpose of this build is to be versatile, have one car that can do both. If you want to run small block boost with it, you want to run some 28-inch tire shootouts that don't require a steel glass combo, you're good to go. You could save some weight. I think it's a lot safer with the front end stuff removable, with the doors removable, with glass doors. That's just me personally. I prefer to drive something like that than the big heavy steel doors, because I've seen what happen when you hit a wall, you can't get them open. But overall, this thing is extremely nice. So we just got it all stripped down completely. It is naked, and next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our motor and transmission set in there. Like I said, it's got a mid plate right now set up for a small block Chevy, so we'll get rid of that. I got a bunch of parts here. I got some Racecraft motor plate, mid plate, bent the motor plate, bent the mid plate, so that's trash. The motor's good, the transmission's good, the converter's good, so we'll get all that stuff shoved back in there, and then we got a good start to what we can do. Build our turbo kit, figure out where we're going to put everything. A lot of the stuff was pretty good. Fuel cell, we could probably do a very similar combo with fuel cell over here, turbo over there. We have a 98mm and an 88mm, so we could swap back and forth. They're the same footprint, so literally just bolt them up. One charge pipe for both of them, so it's super easy. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on. But this sucker here is pretty nice. It'll be a whole lot nicer once it's all done and set on the ground and ready to go. So this is what we got. It's got a bunch of nice things on it. Carbon wing, like I said, all the carbon stuff. We're gonna put a Race Tech seat in there. We got our Mickey shifters good, so it'll be a 430 cubic inch small block Ford, 88mm turbo, 2-speed 400. I mean, really all the good stuff to have a pretty fast combination. And Holley Dominator. We're gonna put a race pack on this, which we have yet to do a race pack on the channel. Power distribution module. But this thing here is going to be extremely nice. We're going to do all the stuff in-house, set the motor in, build the turbo kit, we're actually sending the drive shaft right off now to PST because that thing's got to be redone. It got pretty banged up, but we have pretty much, I would say, like just about everything here except for wheels and tires because we weren't big fans of the wheels and tires on this thing. So we got to get some wheels and tires. We got to get it wrapped by Nasty Wraps, and then we got to get it running. So we got to do those 3 things, and we should be good to go. So there's your quick Tuesday morning before I get to work Bad Apple update. Let me know what you guys think. We can kind of have it like viewer's choice here. How do you guys want to do the turbo? We'll set the motor in there. Should we do a center forward-facing turbo like this guy here? Or should we do an offset turbo like this one had last time where it didn't have a hole in the grill? Kind of makes it look a little bit more street car. We kind of offset it, run the exhaust out the side, super compact. What do you guys think? I mean, comment down below. Let me know. Do you guys want a big turbo out the hood like Cletus does? That's not really my style. I like to keep them looking sleek and clean, but hey, if that's what you guys like, I mean, we could change it up a little bit. I definitely don't hate it. It looks good on some cars. You can pull it off. I don't know on a Fox body though. I don't think many people do that on a Fox body. There's a lot of room in a Fox body from the firewall to the front, so you have a lot of room for activities. So, I mean, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Where should we put the turbo? Driver side, passenger side, center, high, low. Let me know. We're going to fab the turbo kit up here. And one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to put the turbo back because it's not a no prep car. It's a radial car, so we're looking to gain some nose weight on it. So the turbo's got to be forward up here. Fuel cell's going to be forward up here. Burn down tank in the back. I mean, pretty basic setup for the radial stuff. One thing we do once we get all that stuff put in here and get it rolling, we're going to send it over to Bissett Performance. As you guys know, Junior Bissett does all of our tin work, and he's going to patch some of these extra holes that were cut out. You know, we're going to fill some back in there to make it look nice and clean. So we got a lot of stuff going on this week. We're going to be working on this, working on Brown Sugar, working on Hank. I think Wes's G-Body's going to Bissett Performance. We got this thing wrapped up, working on the cow some. So got a lot of stuff to work on. We're going to be making a lot of progress, and it should be a good one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.